it's going to help you realize that you can do things that you didn't think that you could do. You can achieve things that you might not have thought were possible before. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Tavin, and today we're going to be discussing ways to shed some false identities, things that aren't serving you anymore in becoming the person that you want to be. Now, I don't know about you, but lately I've been seeing a lot of content pop up in my feed along the lines of, in order to become the person that you want to be, you have to shed these false identities, you have to kill the person that you were, and there's a lot of validity to that when it comes to growing and changing as a person. But there's not always as much indication of how we can go about doing that and what things are actually going to work in order for us to be able to achieve the personality changes that we want to see, or the changes that we want to see to become the person that we want to be. So that's what I'm going to discuss today, is the how. And so it all starts with getting very clear on the person that you want to become. Now, I did another video on how to kind of evaluate how emotions feel in your body, and so that's a great video to check out when it comes to tips on how to meditate or questions to ask yourself when you're evaluating how things feel in your body. So I'll link a card for that video up there, but you should definitely check it out because it's got some really awesome content in it. I'll simplify it for you here. Some of the questions that you should be asking when it comes to identifying the person that you want to become are, what are you feeling? Why are you feeling that way? How does that affect the world around you? Are you okay with that? And how are you going to move forward? Now, you can sit down and meditate on those. You can do some journaling, however you want to go about it, but those are some really good questions to just get things started as far as becoming, or at least thinking about becoming, the person that you want to be. Now, once you've identified the person that you want to be, the next question you have to ask yourself is, what does that person do that I'm not currently doing? Now, this is where you have to be careful, because I feel like a lot of times people will start looking to their idols, people that they really look up to, and they start comparing themselves to that person. And that's okay to an extent, but at a certain point, the goal is to start shifting your mindset into changing yourself. The idea is to start thinking about what future you does, the things that future you accomplishes, and how future you goes about their day in order to make those things happen. So when you compare yourself and ask yourself, what does this person do? This person is the future you, is the person that you want to become. And then that'll give you a good baseline for how that person acts, because nobody's going to know you better than you know yourself. And so when you start comparing yourself to the person that you want to be, it makes it a little bit easier to come up with more realistic and tangible ways to be able to achieve that goal. And so the biggest thing that I would recommend in anybody's life is to start training like an athlete. Here's what that's going to do for you. It's going to change you physically, and it's going to change you mentally. Here's why. When you start training like an athlete, if you're not already, it's going to change your body physically. Your cardio is going to improve. You're probably going to develop some more muscle, depending on what is needed for whatever sport or competition that you are competing in as an athlete. The second part is that competition brings out a lot of really strong emotions in people. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a not so good thing, and we'll do a video on that in the future. But when you're first getting started, having that mentality shift is fantastic, because it gives you a very specific goal to strive towards. And when you have a really structured goal in place, something that is attainable, something that future you would do, it makes it a lot easier for you to reach that first step and then continue to build the momentum from there. Sometimes people need a little bit of a kickstart, and training like an athlete can really help get that ball rolling. When you start training, like I mentioned before, it's going to change you physically. And sometimes seeing those visual changes can be the thing that kicks it off. Because mental changes are not as obvious. They're going to take a little bit longer to see and to be noticed by other people. But physical changes, whether it's getting a haircut or getting your nails done or physically changing the muscle mass on your body by training and sticking to something consistently, is really important. And when you stick to something consistently, it then starts to change your mindset a little bit, because it helps you develop better routines to get to where you want to be. And when you can reach those smaller goals in a more controlled setting, like training at the gym or competing on a team somewhere, it's going to help you realize that you can do things that you didn't think that you could do. You can achieve things that you might not have thought were possible before, because it improves your confidence, it improves your mentality, it improves your physicality, and when all of those things come together, you feel like a new person. And so training like an athlete for me has been the biggest change in my life. It's been the thing that has changed my own mental health and has helped me become the person that I want to be. And I know that you guys can do it too, because I've been there. Because I was that person who wasn't happy with where I was at in life. I wasn't happy with the way that I looked. I wasn't happy with the way that I felt. And so I really took some time to think about the person that I wanted to become. And I realized that there wasn't a whole lot I could do in the beginning. But I could start moving. I could start moving my body in a more positive way. Eventually that led me to doing some weight training, and then it further progressed into more athletic-based training. And the results that I've seen from it are phenomenal. And so that's my recommendation to you. Get very clear on the person that you want to be by asking the questions: what are you feeling? Why are you feeling that way? How does that affect the world around you? Are you okay with it? And how are you going to move forward? You can meditate on those. You can journal on those. You can even go on a hot girl walk and think about those. But it starts by becoming very clear on who future you is. And then once you have that picture of the person that you want to be, start asking yourself, what does this person do that I'm not currently doing? And you'll probably find that it's the basic stuff. It's the stuff that you know you should already be doing, but aren't for one reason or another. But when you start getting clear on who this person is and how you are going to accelerate your life to get to being that person, it'll help. And one thing that's really, really gonna help you get to this person is by moving your body, by training like an athlete, by developing a different physical change, by developing a different mental change in your body and in your mind. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked this one, check out the others that I've got on the channel. As always, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and as always, you get what you train for. I'll see you in the next one.